Today I'm going to be showing you how to create my favorite summer makeup look, which is perfect for grabbing coffee at my local coffee shop or lunch with friends. So if you'd like to see how I created this look, then please keep watching.
Do you recall, not long ago, when you would walk on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember, all we did was care for each other. But the night was warm, we were bold and young. All we need is somebody to lean on. Focus, fire to go. We need someone to lean on. Focus, fire to go. All we need is somebody to lean on.
Here I already have moisturizer on my skin, so I'm going to apply my foundation, and I am using the Makeup Forever HD foundation, which I have been loving lately. I think it gives such a dewy finish to the skin, more so than the matte velvet that I used to use. And I'm applying the shade 123 and mixing that with 128 because I do have a little bit of color. Because it is summer and my skin's a little bit darker, and I did end up going to the beach and burning the top of my nose as well as my hairline, so I'm definitely going to make sure that I pack the foundation on to try and cover that brown that is on my nose, which is so sad. Applied the foundation with my Morphe M439 Deluxe Buffer Brush, and I love this brush for applying foundation. I love that the brush hairs are very dense, so it definitely buffs the foundation in very well. And then to just make sure that that's blended even more, I went in with my beauty blender and just pressed the foundation in. And then I'm going in with my MAC paint pot in the shade Painterly. Per usual, I don't apply eyeshadow without priming my eyes with this first. It really just keeps your eyeshadow on. I'm then brushing my eyebrows, and I'm going to fill them in with the Makeup Forever Aqua Brow. Because this is such a lightweight brow product, I like to set it in place, and here as you can see I have finally hit pan on this MAC shadow, and this is in the shade Omega, and I think it's perfect for just setting that in place and filling in the brows. Then I'm going in with my Anastasia dip pomade in the shade Chocolate, and here it is with one eyebrow done and the other one magically appeared. I went ahead and did that off camera just so you didn't have to sit there and watch me do the other eyebrow. And then I'm going in with this NYX crayon in this purple shade. Unfortunately, I don't remember the name because I did go ahead and return that after using it here. It was very sheer, and I wanted to use it as a base, but I just felt like it wasn't pigmented enough, and I was really unhappy with it. So don't recommend it, but that is what I'm using here. And then I'm taking a flat brush and blending that in, and then I'm going in with my Morphe eyeshadow palette in 35E, and it's just a very pretty shimmery eyeshadow palette, and I'm just using this purple silvery sort of shade, and I'm going over that NYX jumbo pencil that we applied. This ColourPop eyeshadow in the shade Hustle and a blending brush, I am going to apply this in the crease right above that silvery purple shade that we just applied on the lid, and starting from the outside, I'm just really working it in to the center of my eye. I wanted this look to be a little bit more shimmery, so I took the MAC pigment in the shade Vanilla and wet my flat brush with the e.l.f. spray and applied that to the center of my eyelid, and this is just going to catch the light and make everything look a little bit more shimmery and glowy. To create a glow underneath the brow bone, I'm just using this really pretty champagne shade from the same Morphe eyeshadow palette and just applying that underneath each brow bone. If I'm ever wanting to define my lash line, but I don't want to use a eyeliner, such as like a cream liner or a liquid liner, I like to use black eyeshadow, and I feel like this gives the most natural appearance of a liner without it being super heavy, such as doing a wing or something like that. So here I'm just taking this square brush and dipping it into a dark black eyeshadow and wiggling it as close to my lash line as possible, and this is just going to give me the appearance of liner and make my top lashes look a little bit extra long. I then went ahead and applied my NARS concealer underneath each eye, down the center of my nose, as well as my Cupid's bow. And I'm blending that in with my Real Techniques Expert face brush. And this brush is absolutely amazing for blending in concealer underneath your eyes. I just think it gives a real flawless application and makes the whole process a lot simpler. I'm using my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder as well as the C407 Jumbo Shadow Brush, and just applying that underneath my eyes in a pressing motion and just kind of sweeping it, and this will prevent your under eye concealer from creasing. Same NYX pencil, I'm just lining my waterline, and that's just going to bring the color from our top lid down underneath. Then I'm using this dark purple shimmery shade from that same Morphe palette, and I'm just going over the NYX pencil and blending that all in. Taking this tiny little pointed brush, I am going to apply the MAC Pigment in Vanilla, and this is just going to brighten up the eye area. Prior to filming this tutorial, I picked up two mascaras. The first is the L'Oreal Voluminous False Fiber Lash, as well as the L'Oreal Telescopic, and I didn't know which one to use, so I decided to use both. I used the False Fiber Lash on top and the Telescopic on the bottom since it has a much smaller brush, and I like that the False Fiber Lash has tiny fibers in it, which will make my top lashes look longer. As you can see here, I am in love with this highlighter from the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo. It is such a unique shade, one that I've never seen before. It has a champagne sort of iridescent color to it, so it's pretty much all highlight colors wrapped up in one, and I absolutely love it. And then since this is a shimmery, glowy sort of look, I didn't want to do too much contouring, so I'm just taking the bronzer that comes in this duo, and it has a slight sheen to it, and it's a little bit on the light side, so we're not doing any harsh contouring like I said. To apply that bronzer, I used my G5 brush from the Morphe Gunmetal collection. Then I went ahead and applied my blush, and I used the Milani Bellissimo Bronze shade on the apples of my cheeks and just swept that upward. And then here you can see I'm applying that gorgeous highlighter from the Sculpting Duo. This product seriously gives you the most intense highlight effect, which I thought would be perfect for this look since we are going for a summery sort of glowy look. Then I went ahead and applied that down the center of my nose, above my eyebrows, and a little on my Cupid's bow, and I applied it down my nose just for the sake of the video because that is typically what I would do, but since I had my burnt little nose, I probably wouldn't apply that now just because it does draw attention to that. So I definitely applied it for the sake of the video because that's where I normally would apply it. To finish off the look, I went ahead and lined my lips with this NYX lip liner in Natural, and since I didn't want to draw any attention away from the glowiness on the eyes and face, I wanted to stick with a matte lip. So here I'm using the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Stockholm, and I think it is the perfect shade to complement this look. I sprayed my hair with a little bit of texturizing spray and fluffed it up, and here's the completed look. I hope that you enjoyed, and if you aren't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like this video, and I will see you next time.